My friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking a look at the pliers wrench and specifically an accessory for your pliers wrench. Whenever you say the term accessory, most people, think of women accessorizing and, all that good stuff, but men like to accessorize too. And what we like to accessorize is our tools. So Knipex decided to come out with an accessory for your pliers wrench that makes using them even more safe than what they already are, being as they don't have any ridges or cuts or teeth. They're flat jaws, completely smooth, but Knipex took it a step further and is giving guys like those finish guys, those finish carpentry guys, or plumbers, or electricians, anybody that works with any kind of soft metal, an ability to use these and protect the surface that you are working with. And I think it's actually genius, and my mind is blown that not more companies are doing this. I mean, it's just insane, but we're going to get into it. We're going to take a look at this awesome accessory that is really cheap, that I think if you have the pliers wrench, this should be an accessory you have with it. So many of you guys already know what this accessory is. So this is the soft jaws. They're actually plastic. And what these are for is to protect like chrome finish and soft metal fittings, things like that, that you don't want to mar up. That it's a little bit harder to mar up with a pliers wrench because, again, they don't have grooves or teeth or anything like that. But where pliers are still working with aluminums and brass and chrome and stuff like that, that stuff can still get damaged. So Knipex decided to come out with these plastic jaws. Now, these have been on the market for a while, and what I like the most about them is they're pretty durable, and you get 3 sets in this package, and this package is about, I think it's like $10. That's how much I got it for on KC Tool. If you have the old pliers wrench, I'm pretty sure, but I'm not 100% sure because I've never had the older pair, but I don't think that you actually have this little groove area. And I think the reason why they put this little groove area on the jaws is specifically to fit them with this accessory. So we put our plastic jaws on, and it's really simple. They actually snap right in. As you can see where that ridge is, they just slide right over that ridge and they hook right onto the plier. And these, they're not going anywhere. I mean, they're really on there with a really secure fit. So we see on both bottom and top jaw. Now, like I said, these are plastic. So these are going to be even softer than, obviously, softer metals like aluminum or copper or, chrome, things like that. So I'm going to do a short little demonstration and kind of show you what can happen even with smooth jaw pliers when you're gripping softer metal. And pliers wrench in particular, they have a really strong bite. And what can happen is if you grip too hard on a softer metal, you can leave this indentation in your metal. Let's see if I did that. I might need to bite down a little bit harder. There we go. Yeah, so both of them are actually there. So you see here, I don't know if you can see it with the glare, but the jaw is actually left a little bit of an indentation, and the tip of the jaw actually dug into that aluminum, as you can see right here. So you can see the outline of the jaw. So, that's permanent. That's not something that's going to wipe away, even rubbing it. It doesn't matter how hard you rub that because it's deformed the metal. So what these allow you to do is that same thing. So I'm going to grip this as hard as I can. And I haven't even tested this myself, but I would imagine that, yeah, just as I suspected, there's nothing there. And I am literally gripping these as hard as I possibly can. Still nothing. So here, is where we bit down. This right here is, I was doing this just like squeezing it earlier, and I didn't even notice that it actually deformed it. But this is the first time that I've actually tried to squeeze this with these plastic jaws, so I really didn't know whether or not it would work. And it looks like it's working just fine. Let's actually take these off. Let's do it with these. Yeah. So as you can see, it's deformed the metal right here. All right, and then we'll get the jaws back on, the plastic jaws. So we see our spots there. We'll do it down here. I'll try to get it right on the tip to see if we can put any kind of mark in this aluminum. No, still nothing. I mean, there's scratches in the aluminum, of course, but you can see where we've gripped it with the pliers wrench. I mean, we have been trying to protect surfaces from our tools for decades. I mean, I remember when I was younger, I would wrap electrical tape around my pliers if I was trying to, if I was working with, you know, a delicate surface or a soft metal that I didn't want to scratch. And why more companies haven't done something like this, I really don't know, but I think it's a really good idea from Knipex to do something like that. They also have jaw protectors for Cobras as well, and I was going to wait to make the video once I got those in, but I haven't got them in yet around the holidays. It takes a long time, and I wanted to get some content out. But even with your plastic covers, even using them with steel fasteners, they're pretty durable. And the fact that you get 3 of them, they don't really get too beat up whenever you use it with harder metal steel, like what you saw just now. You know, they'll get some scuffing on them or whatever, but I mean, they're really, really durable, and I'm shocked about that. This plastic, it's kind of harder. It's a little bit harder, as you can see. Try to scratch it. Yeah, it's definitely a harder plastic. Now, another thing that I do with my pliers wrench is I use it to bend softer metals. And that's what actually made me decide to get these, is so I can bend this softer metal without leaving marks on it. So as you can see, I can bend this aluminum, make really tight bends in it, and literally there's no marks left on it. This is something that I had messed with earlier. I was trying to make a strap for something here, and this is another really cool thing about pliers wrenches is whenever you have a piece of metal, and let's say that's, obviously we don't want that bend there, and we want to straighten that back out. So a really good use for the pliers wrench is actually straightening metal out after there's been a bend in it because of those flat jaws. So you saw how acute that bend was, and now we've straightened it back out. But look what happens whenever I do it with my regular pliers wrench. You see those marks there? It digs into the aluminum. So that is why I decided to get these jaw protectors, because it eliminates things like that. And that's really, I use my pliers wrench, again, I use it a lot for bending and straightening out metal, sheet metal, aluminum. I work with a ton of soft metals, and they just work really well for bending and straightening metal and forming metal, softer metals, obviously. And they excel at that task. And of course, also they turn fasteners as good as anything, and they bite on fasteners just as good as anything. But But that's all I have for you guys today. I definitely want to thank you all for stopping by. If you are interested in these jaw protectors, again, the price is hard to beat. I will leave a link in the description for Amazon and KC Tool. I got mine from KC Tool. They were on sale for like 10 bucks. And let me know down in the comments what you guys think. And I will see you all on the next one. Peace.